The what was it called? Run the Gauntlet yesterday
Run the
was
Gauntlet
tons
was
of fun.
so much fun. If you're unaware, Run the Gauntlet. Pete, head of Run the Mix, likes to do a variety of more for fun things at each of the big tournaments, but they tend to be like mystery game or what we call Run the Gauntlet, which is you roll a dice and you find out which of the games that are going to be at the main tournament you have to play. So you'd roll and be like, am I going to play Street Fighter? Am I playing Melty Blood? Am I playing Tekken?
I got Grand Blue in every single one of the sets I played. It seemed like Phil was only rolling ones and everyone was playing Grand Blue. And we have 2, maybe 4 Grand Blue setups.
Yep, I had to play Grand Blue twice. I won both of them, and I do not know what I was doing.
Nice.
I only got Street Fighter once, which is the game I would know. Then I played a lot of French Bread, and I also did not know those. So I had a good time.
I got Street Fighter once. I genuinely felt bad. Because like the person I was playing against, they were, I think, like a Guilty Gear Strive and an anime player. So I just got them into the corner, and then I just kind of tore them apart, and I did actually feel a bit
but then
bad.
they would have done the same to you.
Oh, absolutely.
In a French Bread game, in Strive. You're fine.
All right, so we have our first match, Sparrowhawk versus Cries. So I'm friends with Sparrowhawk. I know they play Zangief, or at least are playing Zangief in this tournament. Do you know about Cry at all?
I do not know either of these two. I'm very interested to see what we are about to have happen. They are waiting on the okay from production. They have just gotten it. But yeah, this is pools 3 and 4. So we're still in pools right now. This is to qualify for, I believe, top 20.
Top 24.
Not this match.
Yeah.
But like, if you get out of this pool, you are making it to top 24. There's a little over like 120-ish gamers here.
Yes.
For Street Fighter specifically. There's almost 400 across the entire event, which is
gigantic
incredible.
Explosion of players compared to our previous Midwest Mixfest. I'm really happy with how it's turned out so far.
There is a little bit of debate. I was talking to Pete about this earlier. This might be the largest fighting game tournament in Minnesota history.
Yep, I can believe it.
If it at least beat the record, which was actually one that I ran.
Nice.
That was just for like platform fighters, though. So this would be like it was Smash, it was Melee, it was that kind of stuff. This would have beat that for just fighting games in general. The problem, and this is where the debate comes in, is that Rick, the Hadu who runs Combo Breaker, a lot of people don't realize the first year of Combo Breaker was in Minnesota.
It was at the Mermaid.
It was at the Mermaid, and he claims there was like 600 people there.
That's crazy. I cannot imagine having
Mermaid,
600 people in there.
So
200 is already, I think, more than enough.
And I would never put shade to Rick's name here. The reason that it is claims is that apparently the first Combo Breaker, which was before I was into fighting games, so I didn't know, the first Combo Breaker also had like an open bracket for Mario Kart and Halo and things like that. So now it becomes the like, well, if you remove everybody, the people that weren't playing fighting games, what do you end up at?
Well, did you know that there was a Mario Kart DS bracket at EVO one year?
Yes, there was.
Yeah.
And that's because that's the best Mario Kart.
An interesting take, but I respect the boldness of it at the very least.
Mario Kart DS is the best one. It is by far the most competitive one, at least.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
To me, like, Mario Kart Wii always felt like the Smash Melee of Mario Karts. Of like, it's a bit busted, but there's always will be a scene around it.
They're both basically the same kind of thing, except for there's not a scene around it because the DS is old hardware that Nintendo's clearly not supporting. Not that they're supporting the Wii either, but, emulation and everything. No, they're both kind of in the same vein of that. Yeah. Most people would say Wii, but I will get in trouble with my only friend that I know who plays competitive Mario Kart if I keep talking about Mario Kart.
Fair.
DS. Amen. I'm sorry.
Raven, can you tell me who Cry is queued up on over on the stream?
Well,
okay, because Sparrowhawk Val plays Zangief, so I want to know who Cry is playing.
That's all right.
All right, so Rashid Zangief is what it might turn out to be. At the very least, from my info from the crowd, which may or may not be wrong. I won't throw my sources under the bus.
I lost this matchup earlier today.
Yep. How do you feel about the Geef Rashid matchup?
I mean, I think it's good for Rashid.
Yeah.
Rashid, I was saying earlier, it's been very funny watching the trajectory of Rashid
Yep.
as the game has progressed, because famously a game that has not gotten many patches.
Yep.
And the patches that have been fairly light for, not for every character, but for most characters.
Yeah.
They're not doing a ton, unless you're like Akuma, and
Yep.
you exist. and or
JP,
yes,
who got
or
gutted,
JP,
and DJ
or,
got
yeah.
gutted a little
But like
bit.
Rashid's basically been the same with some very minor tweaks.
Yeah.
Basically been the same since launch. And on launch, everyone's like, you know what? He seems okay, but his damage
He's
just
stubby.
isn't good. His normals are stubby. He might be just okay.
Yep.
And then every season, it's just like, oh no, Rashid's better.
Yep.
Oh no, Rashid's good. Oh,
It doesn't even
Rashid's
take a
great.
season.
Like,
People were even considering he was top 5 before Season 1 came around, when then all the other top tiers got nerfed a little
Yep.
bit, and he got some
And he
really
was just-
silly stuff.
Yeah.
Which, for the record, Rashid's
Oh,
my secondary. I'm not complaining about Rashid getting stuff. But
as soon as they gave him the fact that I can do the running slide into
Yep.
super, I'm like, I don't need this.
Funniest
I
thing
genuinely
ever.
do not need this, but I have stolen sets from people.
I cackle like a supervillain every time I pull one off.
If
It's
you-
so undeserved.
If you watch the set where I got the upset, I'm going to say very clearly, say an upset, because Puffo will beat me
Yep.
most of. We've only played once. I did not deserve that win.
You won. You won.
I won. I got run slide into level 3, I think 3 times.
That's
in that set.
insane,
And
actually.
There's a spot where you can hear me through the commentator microphone, because the commentator said something about like, oh my God, wait, that didn't scale. I was
Yeah,
like, yeah.
yeah.
And I literally, from the crowd, I'm just like, I don't need this.
Yeah.
Like, I should not have this
Like,
option.
Bare minimum, it should be scaling to like 70 or 80%.
no
like
scaling.
I mean,
But
again, I love it.
It's very
I
funny.
think it's hilarious.
It's not
I don't
good
want it to
because-
go away.
Because,
But
like, you're basically running at the person hoping they don't realize you're about to do a
Yeah.
very obvious low.
yeah, and the amount of people that just don't realize it is incalculable and hilarious.
But as far as the matchup in general, not just what I think is funny,
Yeah.
I mean, it really does feel like you've kind of got, like, the bull that's trying to get through the wall.
Yep.
Geef, if he gets in, you're going to explode. Geef does that to everybody. I will say a lot of the changes that Geef got, and, like, you know how everyone's like, oh, Geef is really good now, and now it's back to, like, mid-level, whatever.
I mean, he's still really
Still
good.
very good, but not quite the terror.
Yeah.
I do think balancing drive meter as Rashid becomes a
Yep.
lot trickier for that. But if you're playing your cards right, you should just be able to kind of lock them out.
Do you know, I know Geef's drive rush is very short.
Mm-hmm.
If Rashid does like a full screen heavy eagle spike, can Geef punish it? Because I'm like
Yes,
most
yes.
characters can. Okay.
Geef has to drive rush into stuff. I know because when I was a lot worse and
Yep.
did too many eagle spikes, I would get hit.
It's too tempting of a move. It's too tempting.
If you go look back at my like really early gameplay before I knew what I was doing, to be very honest, Street Fighter I played other fighting games. This is the first one that I like took really seriously.
Yep. Yep.
First
Same.
traditional fighter. I played platform fighters, but oh, I need to study this, and I'm going to look up like what are my options here? How do I deal with? If you go back and look at when I was like silver,
Yep.
God, there's just so many like full screen
Yep.
eagle spikes.
I mean, I started in rookie
Oh,
with my
same.
first
Yeah,
character.
same.
Like you started from the very, very bottom.
Yep.
Now we're here.
I started at rookie. Now I'm just like, all right, I can do that. I don't. It is very going through that process again in a new subgenre. I'll say a new
Yep.
subgenre for me of like relearning and going through the learning process of like, all right, I know how to read this person, but how do I know they're going to jump, but what do I do about
Yep.
it now? Like
Creating the mental map, the
Yeah.
mental pathways for it.
knowing someone's going to go for an option, but not knowing how to deal with it are two totally different things.
Yep.
Like, oh, this person's DPing a lot when I put them in pressure. All right, I have to still change something. Me
Yep.
knowing that doesn't mean I'm not going to get hit by it.
Yep.
Like, I still have to change something in there. Yeah, I mean, I think even with Zangief being significantly better, it still feels... Anytime I lose to a Geef, I'm just like, damn, I got outplayed.
Yep.
yes, you did half my health bar with whatever, but there's very few situations where I'm like, that felt cheesy. I'm just like, man, yep, you're right. I was real dumb here for a second.
So to me, one of the biggest knowledge checks that I
Ooh.
do when I'm playing Rashid is use like the stand medium kick off of drive rush, because
Good
people
anti-air.
like just by and large assume that it's minus, and you can catch so many people jabbing and trying to do stuff there. All right, so.
Yep. I will say, Sparrowhawk's just getting hit by a... Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
There's been a number of times now where Sparrowhawk is taken, he's blocked, held back, done the thing, and then let go too early. And it's like, no, Rashid's going to hit you with one more thing. You haven't quite found the opening yet.
Yeah. And also, I think the big question with the Rashid matchup is, can you deal with the Rashid being, like, jumpy? You know, so it's not as good of an option as it is for Blanca, but, like, drive rush spin for Rashid.
I think that's it. I think that's a perfect.
I don't think this is it. The light usually scales it too much.
You're right. You're right. I forgot that was out of the light. Well, that'll do it, though.
So these sets are 1st to 2. We'll see if Sparrowhawk can pull out, but, like, there can be so much, like, nightmare stuff to deal with. You know, you got to...
I'm already seeing some good mix from Cry that I was not expecting either.
Yeah.
At least for like a round 1 kind of thing.
Nice. I feel like there potentially could have been a better punish there, but I'm not going to judge when I don't play Zangief. I did like that side swap combo and whatever's going on here as well.
God, I'm watching Sparrow get hit by like every mix-up in the book right now. It's like, all right, I'm going to do 4 overheads in a row, block one of them.
Yep.
Like, it's not even so much mix-ups. It's just like, I'm going to be belligerent with, like, here's the cross-up, here's the overhead, here's whatever.
Oh, interesting.
Because I mean, also, Cry's getting, like, every low forward drive rush.
Yep.
Oh, big.
And I think what really defines, like, a lot of sets like this is, like, can you make the conversions? Like, when you get the weird heavy kick, you know, do you know what to do to cash out at max there? All right, thankfully no level 2 for Sparrowhawk, or for Cry to use against Sparrowhawk, because that would be major trouble.
Yeah, but
air grab to close it out.
Sparrowhawk was getting thrown by like all of the options and the speed that was coming at him, even before that happened. Like, that you unfortunately didn't need a level 2 to mix that one out. That was just extra like bonus pressure at that point.
Well, it's like even if you don't need the level 2 to mix it out, you still need like the basic level of defense to avoid the massive damage on it.
Yeah.
Because when you cash out your level 2, like your max, you're talking at like 4,000 to 5,000 to 6,000 damage.
If you really
all the conditions are met properly.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, that's just one of those. There's a lot of sets that you watch that's if they had switched this thing up slightly, and unfortunately that for Sparrowhawk was a number of spots where it's like, hey, you keep getting hit going when they go for a low here.
Yep.
You kept getting hit on overheads through the, he would do like the tornado, fly towards him.
Yep.
Overheads coming. All right.
Yeah. I mean, just a pretty tour de force display of Rashid stuff there. There's a big reason why Rashid is a menace in the current meta, and I think a lot of the stuff showing off by Cry there was absolutely just kind of just a laundry list of like, here's why Rashid is good, here's why people say he's one of the best in the game right now.
Even if Cry wasn't doing like the super crazy optimal, like this is the max damage, it was still like, I'll take mid-level damage, but every single option has Oki and Mix, or like every single, Yep. We got Dose Box Falco. It's Fat Cat Eddie.
I think it's Fat Cat Teddy, I think.
Yes, it is. I just can't read it, even though I know him in person and know what the tag is.
Do you know who Fat Cat Teddy plays?
Teddy plays Geef.
Geef. All right, we're getting I was going to ask you before we had our first match on stream, who do you think the characters we're going to see most in this block
If you had asked, I would not have said Geef.
Yep.
But Minnesota is also a weird place. Like, let's be real. Every other place is like, oh my God, we're dealing with Akuma, we're dealing with Bison, we're dealing with whatever.
Yep.
Rashid. to be fair, very few people play Rashid for some reason.
Yeah, I do
Considering
not get it.
Considering how good he is, the fact that I've played a number of people who are like, oh yeah, you're one of the only Rashids that I play in person. Or I see one online every like 4 days. I'm like, that's crazy.
That's honestly one of the guiltiest pleasures I have playing Rashid online is just the amount of stuff I can get away with.
It's bad.
It's so funny. I know I'm just ruining people's day every time I play as him.
But Minnesota specifically, like we've got some phenomenal top players that are like we have the people like God, Minnesota at C3.
Yeah.
We just came out swinging so hard. Kangaroo
well, like
did
Joey
phenomenal.
is a worldwide talent,
right?
You know.
Well, I was even thinking like Kangaroo.
Yep.
With Akuma but. So, like, if you look at that, it's like, oh, yeah, we've got a normal character at the top, and then everyone else is just, like, Joey is, like, maybe the best Manon in the world.
Yep.
At least has a stake on that.
Yeah, definitely top 5 up there with, like,
sure.
IDOM, Random, stuff,
and
people
that's
like
the thing.
that.
Like, AI hasn't traveled enough, but also, like, has beat IDOM in the mirror.
Yep.
If you wanted, people have varied opinions on if mirrors mean anything. But
I think they do, because, again, when I got beat in the jury mirror earlier today, that wasn't, like, a neutral statement for me personally.
Sure.
That felt like they outplayed me straight up. I do not I do not have any excuses or reasons for why I lost that aside from they played better than I did.
But the number of times I've like been watching top 8s at previous Mixfest, which this is the first annual one. The other ones were seasonal, regional, smaller ones. And it'd be like, oh yeah, I'm watching Geef versus Manon in top 8, or I'm watching
finals.
Yep. Grand finals, or it's, you know, Marine kicking butt, and she also plays Manon.
Yeah.
And it's just
really bummed that she's not competing today. I saw her win again, or I didn't see any of the footage because it was played off stream, but her win against Problem X I thought was really impressive. I was really happy that she gave us some Minnesota representation going on there.
Hey, I mean, she is the only reason that I've been able to commentate multiple Mixfest top 8s.
Yep.
And it's because Pete keeps scheduling Marine for top 8 commentary, and then she gets third at like all of them.
Yep.
And Pete will sheepishly be like, Wisely, can you do commentary?
Yep.
It's like, yep, I can.
That's like literally exactly the case for me as well. I commentated like I think top 16 because Marine was still in at the bracket back at the Prevo party.
You know what's going to happen. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, honestly,
I mean, she is like a professional quality commentator, so it makes sense to hold the block for her. But she's also a professional level player.
Yeah,
so
usually
you got the mix going there.
Thing. Yeah. All right.
I think we might have had some controller issues.
Yeah, because that's Trippy sitting down now, who is behind the scenes usually. Trippy's one of the people that's running the stream.
Got it.
So I don't know what's going on.
Well, shout-outs to production at the very least then.
Advantage State's Trippy Butter. Used to be part of the same TO team a long time ago. But wonderful person. And we got Fat Cat Teddy. We're just waiting. At least played Geef last time we played.
Got it. Okay.
We played in bracket at, I think, one of the other Mixfests.
Okay.
It's either that or one of the weeklies, but I know Teddy also does a lot of. Yeah, because that was a weekly before the Guilty Gear time slot switch when you could enter both.
Got it. Well, I know at the very least, like, we're kind of at the point in the season of Street Fighter 6 where you're probably not going through a character crisis at this point. You know, the time for that is like the first month or two of the season, and at this point,
like
you're probably locked in.
Dropped, and you're like, all right, let's. Actually, I had a moment of panic last night during Gauntlet because we rolled Street Fighter, and I was like, oh, sick, the game I know the best. Cool.
Yep.
I'll be good. But in the back of my head, I'm like, I haven't been able to play Street Fighter for a little over a month because of some other stuff going on with my life.
Yep.
So I haven't played since, other than this weekend, since right before Terry came out. And I've watched a lot of footage. I just haven't booted up the game myself. And so in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm fine. As long as they like don't play Terry, it'll be whatever. We sit down and they immediately go to modern Terry.
Oh.
And I'm just like, uh-oh.
Yep. Yep.
Let's figure out what's happening. Turns out I was fine. I won. It didn't. There was a couple spots where I'm like, I didn't know you could hit me here. But other than that, was just like, all right.
He has a
fun-
few knowledge checks, but I think his
Yeah.
power levels, I think, are relatively low
Yeah.
right now.
It was also it was one of those spots where I just kind of out fundamental
Yeah.
the person of just like, all right, I can still space, I
Yeah.
can still do whatever. If I don't let you set up your bullshit first, we're fine, kind of thing. But the entire time I'm like, I'm gonna get hit by something I did not know existed,
Yeah.
by something I've never seen before.
Thank you,
Brian.
production.
What was going on?
No DLC on the other one,
Oh,
and we had some other issues going on with the inputs.
Okay, weird.
that's crazy.
All right. Apparently, one of the setups didn't have the DLC downloaded correctly, and then there was an input issue on this one.
I mean,
which is
I've
we're good
definitely,
now.
it drives me a little bit crazy how like the DLC stuff in this works, in that you have to be signed in as the
Yes.
exact user. The license is on the machine.
Yes, you just have to be signed in correctly.
Yeah.
It's annoying when it's like the machine has my character.
Yep.
I just can't sign in correctly for some reason. It's
Yeah.
really dumb. Especially
Oh, I
this
hear
year.
Bison. Shazam? No, I thought we would
You thought
change.
you thought you timed it?
I thought I did. If theoretically, if I say it enough, we'll time it
No,
correctly.
because Brian is back up again. They're
Uh-oh.
still having issues. That's all right. Tech delays happen. It's okay, folks. Look at that crowd in the back.
Yeah.
That makes me so happy.
One of the biggest crowds I've seen. I admittedly haven't gone to a ton of big tournaments before. The Combo Breaker earlier this year was the largest one I've been to.
I mean,
But
it's the second largest one in the world.
Yeah.
So. But that's
Fair.
one of your only big ones you've been to, though.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've going a year and a half on fighting games right now. It's basically
Oh, I forgot that you were.
I'm also like you, and I
Yeah.
started with 6 more or less.
Yep. Versus I started traditional fighting games with 6, but I've been playing, Melee for almost a decade now.
Yeah.
So I've been to a lot of big tournaments. It's just because it was ironically going to Combo Breaker like 3 years ago.
Yep.
Where I had a great time watching. I've always watched a lot of the top 8s for like Evo and Combo Breaker and that kind of event. But being in the crowd during like Strive top 8 like finals and watching everything else was like, all right, next year when I come back, I will know a real fighting game.
Yep. I mean, I had a little bit of that. So I entered Street Fighter 6 since that's my main game. I also entered Uni 2. And, I registered for Midwest Mixfest back in May. And I thought, okay, it's 5 months out. I'm going to enter for a game I haven't really played, and that'll motivate me to play the game. that did not happen. I went 0-2. I didn't get perfected at all.
There you
but
go.
I was at such a low level of play that I could not even understand what was happening
yes.
to me.
And that's
Like-
that's the hard part.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I barely understood when the combos finished, and I could actually take my chance to reversal.
Yeah.
But I didn't get perfected, so
There we go. There we
it
go.
could have been worse. It could have been worse.
Yeah, my whole thing when especially for Combo Breaker, when I was like, I'm going to come back next year and I want to be able to play one of these games.
Yep.
Like, I didn't need to be good. I
But
just
play it.
needed, and I didn't even need to I just wanted to be competent.
Yep.
And that could still have been 0-2.
Yeah.
If I went 0-2, I wanted to know how I lost 0-2 kind
Yep.
of thing.
All right.
I
So
do think that the last time I played Teddy was before Bison came out, so
Got it.
this totally makes sense.
So this matchup isn't really my favorite as someone that plays Rashid a decent amount. To me, one of the biggest things that I personally want whenever I'm playing against Bison is a really good anti-air normal. So
Yes.
I want to play Jury against Bison specifically because her heavy punch, her crouching heavy punch, really good. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Rashid obviously can do it, but it is this element of, but it's really hard sometimes.
Yeah.
And I mess up because I'm flipping around the screen and then Bison just takes me for a ride because that's what Bison does.
I think the what we've seen so far has, I think, been a little bit
Chips?
interesting because
Yeah.
I think DOSBox Falco has, or DOSBox is the Rashid, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Has, I think, shown off some knowledge checks. And I think Fat Cat Teddy has been around like 50-50 in showing whether or
Yeah.
not they know the answer. Like, they knew to jump over the charged mixer after having the powered up wind.
Yeah. This
but
isn't Teddy's main game, but Teddy is the kind of person who will good at pushing buttons in a lot of games.
Yep. And we got the level 2 coming out. All right, so does...
Like, I know Strive is his main game, but it's like, oh, I have a character in all of these. That is not good.
He's not... No, he's not dead here.
No. Not dead, but you're in a bad spot now. And okay, let's see. Wait.
All right, has the pressure in the corner.
Make me eat my
Good
words.
anti-air. You know, one of Bison's weaknesses is that he doesn't have the best anti-air, so just having the crouching heavy punch, I think, is pretty good. All right, we're seeing signs of life.
Oh, I didn't know if that was going to kill or not.
Ooh.
Okay. Really one opening from either of them. Yeah, and there we go.
I really like the adjustments that Fat Cat Teddy made there.
Yes.
I really do feel like
Teddy's
he's
switching characters.
Yeah, Teddy is, I think, being a bit too passive right now. I think.
Yeah.
Like,
and this is the Geef that I was talking about.
There we
Wait,
go.
is DOS? Okay, I thought DOS was also switching.
yeah, you can't switch unless you lose.
I know. That's why I was just like, huh. I'm not sure about the... We just bumped over to Aki on accident then.
All right, so, I mean, this is literally, it has been a bit
exact
since
same
that
thing,
first set, but it's a similar thing. So the question is, like, I feel like Bison Psycho Crusher is really good at getting in. I don't think Geef has as similarly good tools to get in.
But Teddy wasn't getting any of the big explosive Bison options.
Fair.
Like, a lot of the stuff that we talk about, like why Bison's really good, we're seeing Bison in a ton of top 24s of a lot of big events, is because it's like, oh, if you get this, your damage output is off the charts.
Correct.
And he just couldn't get it
There
started.
wasn't any bomb that I saw placed.
I literally don't think I saw a single one. I think this is a comfort thing of like, maybe I haven't been playing this much lately. I can still do geek things.
Yep.
Even if I can't quite get the Bison
Got
game
the
going.
combo, but got the SPD.
This is already so much closer.
Yeah. And we'll see if Teddy has enough time to adjust in the one game they have left. But at the very least, we're seeing better signs right now.
Yeah. I also just immediately the geek feels like it's moving a little bit better.
Yeah. All right. At the very least, Teddy seems to have learned like the counterplay. You do just kind of need to burn drive reversal when you have the rush in there. And Teddy applying some good pressure.
Oh, the
but gets the cross up.
And gets the low after. Okay.
All right.
Frame kill.
And
the overhead.
meaty, capital M, meaty overhead from Falco. All right. In the corner. Ooh. Gets the counter hit.
Oh, that's interesting. I like that round.
Oh. Nice SPD option there. Okay.
1 to 2 bars still. And this is genuinely a scary spot to be in.
Yeah.
Because they are both at
Yep.
yeah, there we go. I'd say they're both those kind of characters where that amount of health is not really a lead for either of them. It's just like who gets touched first.
Well, I
definitely was really worried about Teddy there because, like, the drive being that low, the drive being Yasar being out, it's like you get that in without the parry action and you are getting chipped.
Oh yes, no. As soon as the level 2 is out, that changed. Yep, for sure. Which is why the level 2 is a great option.
I'm not the biggest fan of using level 2, admittedly. I know it's probably what I should be doing. Yes, you should. But, like, it probably is, I think, literally just a skill issue for me right now. I've had a lot of times where I've put out the level 2, and for one reason or another, my opponent ends up in a better situation than he did before they regenerate drive.
Unfortunately, it is indeed a skill issue.
It's a skill issue. Yep. And that's fine. The issue is the skill issue is just fixed by throwing it out more and probably just eating some rounds in some games.
Oh, that's what I had to do.
Yep.
We got Chappie versus Bingus.
So I know Bingus is still on the DJ.
Yep. Bingus is on the DJ. Wants to learn a new character after this tournament.
Got it. Okay.
Not for like switching, but just to like get a different sense of the game.
Well, when I came back to, I took around like 2 to 3 months off of Jury.
Yeah.
I put all of my time into Rashid and Ed, and I came back to Jury, and I'm like, my play has genuinely gotten exponentially better.
Yep.
I'm so much more patient. I'm doing my hit confirms better. My anti-airs are better. Literally everything got better.
I've even seen that switching between games.
Yep.
Like I'm a huge proponent of like playing different fighting games will teach you a lot about like this one fighting game is way more throw heavy. Teaches you a lot about throws in your own game, or
Yep.
like things like that. Chappie also I'm familiar with. I don't know which character he plays, but he's an artist.
Nice.
So Chappie is
one of the artists at the alley today?
I don't know if at the alley, but has had a booth at like artist alleys before.
Got it.
For this kind of thing. Has made key art for multiple different fighting games, both
Yep.
Smash and like traditional fighting game events.
So I'm going to make a weird prediction for this set. I think Chappie might end up using Bison Slide a decent amount. I'm not familiar with this matchup at all, but it feels like it might be a decent counterplay to DJ's Sway. I could be making it up, but
Just
like
because you're taking that space aggressively.
exactly. You are covering a lot of DJ's
Chappie's
options.
already burnt out though.
Yeah. But Bison's pressure is so scary. You can still generate
Even
a lot of the
Bison in
plus
burnout
frames.
is like obviously bad on defense, but Bison's already a little weak on defense.
Yeah. Okay. Really able to, ooh.
That's huge. That is huge. That should be the round. Yeah, there we
Holy
go.
cow. I think sometimes that you just have players that are comfortable, like they would prefer to spend their resources on offense and, you know, probably put them in a worse position. But
Yeah,
if
we're
they
already
can
down to
get,
one bar,
if they're
yeah.
really confident getting their opponent into the, like with their corner pressure, getting their opponent into the corner is worth the burnout.
Yeah, where
Bingus-
Chappie has been super willing to burn himself out.
Yeah.
And it paid off in the last round.
But to me, Bingus's trademark thing is his defense. Have you played against Bigness in bracket yet?
Not in bracket. We actually played like half an hour of casuals earlier today, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many times did he hit you with the reversal when you drive rushed in?
I mean, most of the time. Yeah.
Like his sense and reactions on that, I think, are next level. But I think
I've heard multiple people get frustrated after playing Bingus because like he won't push a button. He just stands there and waits.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's on purpose.
Yeah. You have to make him do something.
Yeah,
Get the life lead and just get out of there,
If
man.
you don't force the option from him, he's content to be like, all right, I'm waiting. I've got the ownership of the round right now.
Yeah.
You have to come to me. You
So-
have to open me up.
To me, what's making the difference between the two rounds right now is whether or not Bingus has been able to successfully anti-air the Devil's Rise, the Bison jump thing. Because I've been seeing like a lot of like this round and last round, Bingus was able to actually anti-air that and put that off, whereas it felt like round one, Chappie was kind of walking over Bingus with the Shadow Rise. And it is a scary move because the trajectory for that is kind of uncertain.
It's
You don't know
very
where they're going.
ambiguous. It's very ambiguous, yeah. No, he was dog walking him on the first game, but brought it back. Very clearly adapted to it too.
Yeah.
I think Bison is one of those characters. Both of these are one of those characters though, where like if you prove that you're able to understand the like offensive pressure that you can deal with it, they have to play so much more honest.
So what I think Bingus is also trying...
Oh my god!
Ooh, that was insane reactions. I think what Bingus is trying to do with some of the fireballs right now, he's, you know, like, DJ has the feint with the fireball, right? He's trying to bait out, like...
Oh, no, you mean
he's trying to,
he's trying to, yes,
he's trying to bait out Bison's Psycho Crusher with the feint. And it's like, he hasn't quite gotten what he's looking for there, but he has made Chappie, I think, more uncertain about being able to call out the fireball, since he's making the frequency with which he uses the feint and the fireball really inconsistent, which makes it really hard for Chappie to actually make the decision when he needs to.
That's something Bingus does a lot. Even when we were playing, there was a lot of both fakes and real.
Yep.
Loves the sway as well. Oh god, zooms right into your face.
I mean, both of these characters, I think, are kind of a little bit exemplary of like the Street Fighter 6 meta of they move quickly. That is the second sway that Chappie has called out with drive impact now. All right, saving himself from burnout and putting Bingus very close to it.
Yeah, I mean, you're very low on meter for the... No, I don't like that he stepped back.
Is he dead off of that? That was like 2 moves. This might not be scaled. This could be unscaled enough to kill.
Not sure.
Okay.
Okay, we're good.
Chappie's got a final lease on life. All right.
I wanted him to put way more pressure on after his own super because Pidgeys was so low that if you just like not even like hit
I think you spend the OD cycle pressure.
you spend OD, or even if you just like I'm gonna throw out some super heavy like heavy kick, heavy punch, whatever, and just have to block this in this.
Yeah,
let's break your meter first.
Or like
instead back up and it what could have been a really positive I can get him into burnout, or I can make him really scared to push a button. Things could go into burnout into well, I have space, I guess. So
I mean, I think especially like when you're at like final hit scenario at the end of the game there, if I had to guess, like the thing that was probably overcoming Chappie's mentality the most is if I go in, he's just going to wake up soon.
Yes.
Because Bing has had more than enough health to survive. He didn't have Bomb on him, so like the damage from Bison, like it's still scary because you still like screwed up a reversal, but it's not as scary as it could.
I think even if you don't go in and immediately do something that can be reversed, we at least put pressure on walking forward. Instead, he just backed up.
Yeah.
Even if you have the pressure of I'm in your face but walking, or I'm in your face, what if I do throw out a move to break your drive meter?
So we have drama coming up on screen. I think Rashid might end up being our most played character since this will be our third Rashid.
And
of
as
the
I
stream
said
so
earlier,
far.
not a very common character, so I'm a little confused.
Yeah.
But that's fine. Apparently, this was the Rashid pool. I was supposed to be in this pool before it was swapped.
Nice.
So
Yep. Rashid pool.
yesterday, I had to talk to Pete and be like, Pete, I didn't look at seeding until today. You have me commentating and playing at the same time. And he's
Yep.
like, oh, all right, let's fix that.
Well, shout outs to Pete for switching that up because I like doing commentary, but commentating alone is terrifying.
No, I mean, they would have gotten somebody.
Yeah.
Or it would have been like I would have dropped out from playing before I would have dropped out on comms. But
Yeah. All right, so drama's going to be Rashid. I know he was also working on Terry. I talked to him about Terry
Okay.
on the way up the year.
Not feeling it for a bigger event right
Yeah,
now?
because
Okay.
he says that he enjoys Terry. He's fun to play, but the power level's too low
Sure.
right now. Like his normal's not great, and is just kind of lacking like stuff that you need to be able to apply pressure and offense.
For sure. Like I said, I had to take about a month off of the game, and
Yep.
when I do come back, I considering this weekend is coming back, I do want to go home and like put some time into Terry. Not because I think I'm gonna main him, not because I think he's great, but because I like at least giving a little bit of time to every new character.
Yep.
Just to see what they do. I think it's fun.
So I don't know how much you've played the Cammy Rashid matchup.
Played it a lot.
Okay. How much are you bothered by spin knuckle interrupting or like catching you on your recovery from your projectile? Because it feels like Rashid's projectile takes so long to recover, and I get caught by that so often.
She's one of the characters that I have to be super intentional on.
Yeah.
Like, I only charge in really specific spots. Otherwise, I'm just doing like the one spin fireball. We're not charging this. We're not doing. Or else, yeah, you're right. She will just take you for a ride after that.
Okay. Missed a little bit of the dive kick there, but
very bold choice going for. Ooh, wait. Oh, I thought we were going to spend bar to get there. I think level 2 could have done it. Either way, Rose Ray takes that round 1.
all right, coming in with the grab. I'm kind of surprised we didn't see a level 2 there, but I think maybe Drama might have wanted like a bit more of a favorable setup to get it going.
Yeah, because like you can throw out level 2 after a throw, but it's not quite the same level of pressure.
Yeah.
It's a safe way to get it out.
Yeah.
But also, Cammy, if Cammy has 3 bars,
Yep. You do not want to
like
do it.
you can't just throw out level 2 because level 3 goes even faster.
I think Drama's also been a little bit catching Rose Ray a little. Ooh, I did not think that would work that way. He's been catching Rose, I think, a little bit asleep with the anti-airs. Like, I've been seeing Drama jump a ton.
And it's not getting punished a lot.
Yeah,
but
not getting
Rosé
called out.
is out punishing right now.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to say, like, oh, I can't believe he's not getting the anti-airs when the game is this close right now. Like, it's probably level... Yeah, level 2.
Now that Cammy super's been burned, you're able to
Ooh,
yeah, that was a
good
drop.
reversal. Good reversal.
Drop. Drama was trying to get, I believe, the like cyclone
I think so, yeah.
to do that like pressure reset, and instead he just dropped in for it.
I think really good sign for Rose, or probably, it's probably Rose Ray.
It's Rose,
to be able to recognize that the drop happened and then reversal through the rest of the pressure.
Yes.
Very, very good reflexes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anytime the frame kill for Rashida's cartwheel, it's so funny to me.
Yeah.
It just looks goofy watching him do a cartwheel quick in the middle.
And Rose in both games, I think, has been really good about pushing themselves out of the corner.
Okay.
Drama has gotten them into the corner in both games, but they are really like being like, no, I'm not going to be stuck here the whole time. Ooh.
I mean, you had pointed out that Rose was lacking on the anti-airs before, and like may have been lacking, hit one immediately in this game, and then and clearly was attempting to go for another one there where got clipped out, but I think also was in the like, oh shoot, I've been lacking on this, I need to do better at it too.
Yeah.
The overhead.
I think the jumps right here are trying to like to dull the sensitivity to the anti-airs.
See, that was the kind of spot where you were able to get that projectile out, where it's like, nope, I'm going to uncharge, do one, but if you charge at all, then spin knuckle, like, it just ran right into it.
That might have actually been the good decision.
It was not a... That is a good decision if you know your opponent's going to drop. It's the problem.
Fair. But I know some people that I've played against when I've been playing Rashid have said, if I feel comfortable enough in the outcome, I walk into the tornado, because most Rashids can be caught off guard by just having to follow up and do the combo sooner than they think they have.
That is true. But
and the overhead.
Yeah, there we go. All right, 1-1. 1-1. We've got a match on our hands, folks.
Absolutely. Yep. Ooh, really good reflexes from Rose there to interrupt the cyclone going on. I know. Have you played Alan Dirty in pools here? Yeah.
Not in pools, but in casuals.
Okay, so you know how wicked good he is at reversing through any of the cyclone options, right? It's like you do a single one to try to get some pressure and then flash kick. You do not have a chance. All right.
Yep. One of the better meterless options.
Oh, just caught sleeping a little bit right there. Got the overhead and gets the grab on the parry and backing up for the level 2.
Yep.
All right.
That cartwheel, there's quite a few things where if you do that, it's the setup into a throw loop.
Yep.
And so the question is, do I block or because they're going to jab out of it, or am I getting thrown?
I think one other interesting element of this matchup is that if Rashid has a weakness, it is his anti-airs.
Yes.
And Cammy is so much of a dive kick character that he does just kind of get bullied on that a little bit.
I mean, if you're playing Cammy, that's what you should go. Right there.
Yeah.
Because your best anti-airs Rashid is your heavy mixer, which goes straight up.
Yep.
And so you don't get a huge horizontal hitbox on that either.
Yeah.
It's big. Oh.
I feel like there's just been some drops going on Drama's end where I see the combo that he's going for. He's trying to do, drive rush jab into standing medium kick, but I think it's just delayed by like a frame or two and it's not connecting.
Oh, that was a weird, weird scramble situation, but Drama comes out on top for that.
I think they're both just trying to all right. Rose finds an opening, and I think we're going to have no level 2. All right. Normally, I feel like my level 2 sensor is spot on with Rashid. Like, the amount of replays where I watch, like, Gachikun or someone doing something.
You're like, I know it.
And it's like, I say level 2, and
and that'll clean it up. Drama taking that 2-1.
Good catch on the end.
Drama taking that 2-1. Very cleanly at the end there, too. You said there was a lot of slop. There was some spaghetti on both sides. Both, I think, did a great job. It was funny that you were like, I'm a little off on the level 2 sensor. I will say, usually the level 2 sensors, have they built up to level 2 yet?
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, they have? They got an opening at all? And I'm saying this as a Rashid fan?
Yeah.
I have level 2 and opening? Cool. We're calling the Great Desert Storm right now.
Have like a few openings in any huge level. He might have been waiting for to be closer to the corner or to have Loki. Because does heavy spin knuckle go?
Only if it's like barely starting to get out, if I'm remembering correctly. I would need to lab that situation out again. I know that you can do level 3 fast enough. Because the SARS like startup, there's a lot of times where you'll start putting out the move, but like even a fireball will clip you or something will happen. So it's more about getting in before it happens. Than, I know that there's been situations where I have blocked a Cammy spin knuckle.
Yep.
And that went through the tornado, but because I blocked it and now they're stuck there, they still get hit by the tornado.
They still eat it, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to have a treat on stream. Grunge is a Dulcim main. We played in bracket recently, and he dog walked me.
Nice.
His Dulcim is very good, and it definitely helps that Dulcim is just a much less common character. And Kimberly.
Kim. All right.
This is... I'm going to keep an eye on DAP VIP's teleporting. Because they both got teleporting stuff going on.
Do we think it's DAP VIP or DAP VIP?
I'm going to go DAP VIP.
I like DAP. If it's not DAP VIP,
apologies.
No, if it's not DAP VIP, you just change it to that.
Yeah.
You don't need to apologize.
So I think this will be an interesting matchup because Kim has pretty great offense, especially against characters that doesn't have reversals.
I mean, this is the most classic tale of like, can you get in? Great, you win. Can I keep you out? Great, I win. Like,
but I feel like keeping Kim out will be hard for Dulcim because she has the teleport. You know?
And that's why we're seeing way more preemptive options from Grunge right now. We saw what happens when Kim can make her way into the corner or make her way even close to you.
Yeah, I think he's trying to keep off the ground to avoid getting caught by any Kim teleportations.
I do love, though, that after throwing out a lot of the long limbs, did one teleporting quick.
Yep.
Because after you've spent so much time, like, all right, I'm just waiting for the stretchy arm, I'm waiting for whatever, having the one sudden teleport is like a big thing. That opening is huge, though, into level 3. Yep, there we go.
I don't think this kills, though.
It doesn't kill, but, I mean, Kim gets that bonus anyways.
Yeah, she gets the damage bonus, and I think worse for Dulcim, the movement speed bonus.
Dulcim's drive meter's so low right now.
And really also having the good instincts. Like
no way. Oh, my God, he's just putting on the pressure. Gets clipped. There we go.
I think DAP VIP's instincts right there were also really interesting and really strong. Like the Dulcim dive kick, I want to say leaves him plus. So knowing the first time he got set up that he's going to go for a grab, really good instincts going on there.
We got into the corner so fast there.
And that was actually the question I had. We saw just now Dulcim hit Kim out of the teleport. So I think Grunge might try to be a bit more active with buttons to try to prevent that from being an option that DAP uses.
Yeah, it looks great up until suddenly we're in the corner, and then it's just Grunge getting bullied by Kim right now.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that ambiguous. So it just gets caught again.
And I think DAP has shown off so much strength that Grunge is, I think, doubting a little bit. Like, because to be able to play, to be able to just place Kim's grenade while you are free to do anything shows a level of I am in your head that most people dream about getting into in a first to two set.
Kim is such a sick character.
Yeah. I would love if she got buffed.
Yeah. I wish she was better. I've thought about picking up a new character just to retrain my brain on not silly flippy streamer man. And Kim has definitely been one of those that's on my list of not that I'm trying to think of a new main because I think I need a better character. It's just who would be fun? Oh, this character's got cool mix. Let's try it. Every time that happens, I know that's how that works, but it still looks so funny.
One of the first clips I saw of Dulcim in this game was the preeminent jury YouTuber, Big Kale.
Okay.
They were just like, all right, chat, watch this. And they just did crouching heavy punch right when Dulcim put up a button, drive rush cancel, and was able to get in and continue their combo after that. Dulcim, I think, his limbs are great, but with drive rush cancel, which allows people to just go so far, it can be a weakness for him as well. Is he dead?
No, not with the scaling on this. Not with the scaling on this.
No, I think he's dead.
I don't think so.
Scaling is still 50%, even when you're
Yeah.
on perfect parry. I think
and
he's dead.
There's the. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Oh.
Because there's the scaling, but there's also the minimum for any super.
Yep.
That's what I wasn't sure about. Was did it still break the minimum? I'm
Very impressed by Depth here. We're both leaning forward right now.
All right. Yeah, I think that was, I think, a demonstration of why the developers might be scared to build Kim. Because she is Snowball.
That's the thing, is that we can't make Kim's options better. It's just like, damn it, your thing. Because if you're just like, oh, hit for another neutral option, you'd be like, Capcom, what do you want them to do?
She's already so mix heavy, and I think that VIP was really showing off her
I was going to point it out, and then the round ended, but something I was really impressed was the aerial control using like the shuttle drop too, because that was getting past a lot of fireballs. Like playing around the fireballs, how to weave in and weave out, take your space is really important.
It seems like one of the stronger aerial options you can do against us. If you can do that and bait out something so convulsive, really
Kim just drops suddenly. You're arcing and then you're dropping straight down.
who's sitting up there right now.
Bacarina. All right. Oh,
It's Boken.
both
Okay, yeah.
very strong
Yes.
players coming up.
Yep,
So
yep.
Boken, I believe, is still doing the mix of Ryu and Lily. And
What a funny mix of characters. I love it.
Bacarina, I think, is also...
Bacarina's played a couple
Lily?
different characters. We're going to find out. Like we said, Minnesota, we've got some weird characters up in here.
Yeah. We're a pretty good center of talent, but when you get down to it, we are just kind of oddballs a little bit.
If any scene's going to be called like, oh, they only play top tiers, it's not Minnesota.
It's not Minnesota.
Unless you're Kangaroo, it's not Minnesota.
Oh, but Kangaroo, he plays everybody, though.
That's true. Well, but Kangaroo also is like, who do I think is best right now, kind
Yeah.
of.
I think I saw Kangaroo playing
I am
Harry at the
surprised.
most recent
Yes,
weekly I
so
saw
Kangaroo
him.
will do whoever I think is best right now, but also just the new character.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
That explains why. All right.
I'm being made to eat my
Rashid?
own words because
Rashid?
I came out here being like, yeah, I've been told that.
I mean, he is a more popular character. This is an outlier, I think.
Yes. It's just, it's so funny that everyone's like, oh, like the top 3 or 4 characters are all like, it's Akuma, Bison, and Rashid.
Yep.
And then if you look at player counts, yep, Akuma, Bison, 2 of the highest player counts. Rashid, still at the bottom for some reason.
Bottom 5 in player count.
It's like, why? He's good. He's fun. He's just different. That's it. He's not. I'm gonna argue, isn't even hard the way a lot of people say.
Yeah.
He's just different. He's not harder to do. It's just if you're like, this is exactly what I expect from Street Fighter, it's gonna be a little trickier.
Yep. Do you have any thoughts on the Rashid Lily matchup? Because it feels like there hasn't been any particular like strength of option used by Bacarina right now that like nullifies the matchup, but it has still been pretty dominant.
I mean, I don't even think what we're seeing is matchup dependent at all.
Yeah.
None of that looked like any like you got beat because of a Lily thing. That was just, I am solidly outplaying you. I am in your head. I have gone for some of the different levels of mix-up. But this is what happens. This is the other side of that.
Oh, that's an interesting option.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised we didn't just get grab and to throw back into the corner. But either way, Boken evens it up. That was extremely dominant each round from both players.
They don't even particularly feel like
Yeah.
Super Snow. Oh, that felt like a mistake.
Okay.
Oh.
Yep, you could definitely.
The most punishable move in the game, bar any supers. It's insane.
The problem is that there's a lot of things that you do that's like, all right, if I hit this, then I cancel into these and I end in Eagle Spike. If you don't actually confirm the other thing, it's very scary.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, and this is
all right.
what you were saying, that sometimes you do level 2 and you're like, I'm in the bad spot. And it's
Yep.
like, yeah, it mean it happens, but anytime it happens to me, I'm like, I should have played better.
Yeah.
Bacarina is no care in the world for that drive meter. Big, that's big. There we go. Great reaction time.
See, I was kind of worried about Bacarina there because it felt like Boken was purposely spending the resources they needed to get in to try to make Baccarina drive reversal.
Yes.
And he got into burnout. I thought something was coming, but it seemed like Baccarina was still just kind of in control there.
I mean, it's one of those, you have the safety of the super in your back pocket, especially if you know you can buffer it like that. Big DI punish.
Oh, he's no way that he's dead there, but
No. Not dead, but I mean, I think you sacrificed a little bit of damage for much better corner pressure at that point.
Yeah.
That's it. There we go.
I mean, as soon as I see Rashid start to do that safe jump setup where he starts doing like the light mixer, light cyclone, it's like, yeah, they are feel like they are in their element right now. Okay.
It's very rare that you see. I've seen a lot of blocked drive reversals. It's rare that you see one that gets. It's just totally whips.
Yep. All right. This really does seem to be a story of who gets the momentum.
Who gets in first? All right, this is my game now.
Yeah, because last round this past round solidly in favor of Boken's favor. First round, very much in favor of Baccarina.
Big call out on the jump. Yeah, if Rashid is able to get his pressure game started, Rashid wins. If Lily's able to get you to the corner and get those grabs going, she wins. I know we're boiling it down to the most basic elements, but that's how it's been going by the players, too.
Oh, just playing some classic neutral right now. And just kind of bouncing around each other. I think
I love just playing some classic neutral as Rashid flies through a tornado and Lily zooms across the stage.
That's my neutral
I know.
right there. That's my neutral.
It's just funny. Because I do love the examples that, like, I know a lot of big, like, YouTubers and other people talk about it. Like, there's never been good, honest neutral in Street Fighter. I don't know what to tell you.
It does not exist. Guile, ever since Guile first threw a sonic boom. Oh, good call out.
Earth burnout, but honestly, a great spot. Yep, because of that level 2. We are going for the chip.
Doesn't quite get there.
Yeah.
I think
that's huge. That's huge.
Oh,
drops the pressure. Wow. All right.
I think the biggest shame there is that Boken was lacking drive, because I'm pretty sure if Lily has the feather stock and
drive, her Eagle Spider can go through projectiles.
Yes.
Including. I'll double check that if anybody calls it.
If I'm wrong, it's your fault. But I think also, like, I'm a little surprised people spend super at the end there. Yeah. They could have just been an actual drop though, and not a like tactical, like, I'm gonna let this reset and keep it in the corner kind of thing. Baccarina goes phenomenal now.
We're gonna take a 5-minute break.
Oh,
So we'll put up an ad. You can grab a break.
all right. We're gonna take a very, very quick break. We'll be back in 5 minutes. Go make some popcorn. Stay tuned. We will be
Go get a snack, make a sandwich, get some chips and salsa. Look at that. Welcome back, everyone. I am the Darkest Link. I'm here with my good friend Wisely, and we are going to be commentating and watching our qualifier matches into Top 24 for
Yes.
Street Fighter 6.
Everything left on stream is going to be a top 24 qualifier. So far, they're all going to be
Winner's side. If we have time, we're going to get you some of those losers matches.
Excellent.
But up first, we've got DAP VIP versus Uni 2 player. A
Was
classic.
DAP also one of the Rashid players?
DAP was the Kim that we saw
Yes.
on screen earlier. So I
Very,
think
very
I want
strong
some
Kim
more of.
player.
And Uni 2 player, if you did not figure it out, plays Uni 2.
Yep.
But also plays JP in this game.
I've heard, so we talked when DAP was on stream previously that Kim's not the strongest. I have heard that she is actually decently strong against JP. Like, she can do like that. She can get in and actually has the speed to make JP hurt a whole lot with his larger swings.
And maybe this is a little controversial. It makes me happy to see some people still playing JP.
Oh, yeah.
Because
he's so cool.
He went from being like, yes, arguably too good, to like, no one played him suddenly.
Yep.
And I'm like, I like when games have a good mix of archetypes in the mix. And it's like, we still need the zoners. We still need... Oh my god, got hit so hard for that. But anybody that's still playing these characters is now a character specialist, not a like, well, JP's the good one currently, or...
You cannot do OD Amnesia into 40 to 50% and corner switch now, which is, I think, probably a good move. All right, I think trying to put on some pressure there and able to actually go and make the jump in.
The wall bounce, yep.
See, I think the thing that makes me think this is actually maybe in Kim's favor, whenever I'm knocked across screen as any other character when I'm playing JP, I feel dread. Kim can get in. She has the slide. She has her teleport. They're riskier options, but he does have to be on the lookout.
Yeah. You have to threaten it at least.
Yeah.
Also just super fast character.
Yeah. I think good spend of the level 3
yeah.
there. You want to close the round out when your health is that low.
If your health is higher, I'd say like save it, keep it, but like you got to get to that next round still.
Yeah. Especially in a first to 3, you could maybe let it go. First to 2, every round you have is a death. Right. Solid defense from Uni 2 player. Keep an eye out on the overheads and those. Good reversal. Right.
Just walks forward through the pressure.
I mean, that's kind of one of your best options, is to just walk forward, threaten the throw, and wait for a space to actually grab.
We're back to the corner again. That slide doing so much work. Paint can on the ground. We get the pop-up. We get the grab. We're moving into here. We're spending level 3.
Yep. So I think on Wake Up, I think Uni 2 player's probably going to do a reversal. Either ODM Misha or level 1. Oh, all right.
Pushed a button, but not a full meter spend reversal.
All right. So Burnout is, I think, interesting as JP because you can, holy cow.
Just get yoinked out of the teleport.
So one of the most common counterplay things for both JP and Rashid, for Kim and JP.
Sorry, we've seen like 5 Rashids already. I get it.
You got to do the anti-airs whenever they teleport, and DAP was ready with that anti-air. Starting to push forward, slowly inch JP towards that corner.
Okay, we back off for a sec.
I keep forgetting that JP has the high and low fireballs. I'm so used to
it's
fireballs
high, low,
being
and then the grab, yep.
Yeah. All right, so Uni,
there's
we
the
go.
command grab, yep.
Gets the good mix up there. All right, what else does Uni 2 player have? Because he's just constantly getting forced in the corner right now. It's really, I think, exactly where Kim wants any character, but JP especially. All right.
We get the turnaround. We apply some pressure.
Ooh. This death?
No. I think you're right. Yeah, that totally is. That totally is.
All right. Because I just see that type of combo, I'm like, JP's cool. JP is really, really cool.
Well, and that's why I like when characters that can do cool things like are incentivized to do the cool parts instead of just like, well, it's easy for me to just throw this out over and over again, and it's still effective enough.
Yep. We also saw, like, I think Uni 2 players' defense, even though, like, Kim's... Do you think that was intentional?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Because that felt like one of the, either an incredibly hard, solid call-out, Okay.
The teleports swap.
Yeah,
Both on other
I
sides.
think as I was going to say, Uni 2 players' defense is, I think, really amping up. They're making really good decisions, like all this blocking right here, and just being okay to just hold the pressure and know when Dap is going into the throw is really strong.
Well, it shouldn't come as a surprise based on the tag, but Uni 2 players are very good at a lot of different games.
Yeah.
So having good defense in general in fighting games is like, a huge strong suit.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, coming in on potentially qualifying point for DAT VIP here. Uni 2 player really trying to put some pressure on with the OD, like OD spikes. Is that what we call like the cane slash move for JP when he just slides his cane out and get like a row of spikes? We'll call it OD spikes or OD slash.
There's a lot of moves that I don't like. If you were like gun to my head, like what's the real name for this? I'd be like, I do not know. I call that cartwheel, or I call that whatever.
Ooh.
Like the Coloque wheel names are a lot more common for a lot of things.
Oh.
Oh no!
I think try to get clever with that. Maybe not the best move. This won't kill, but I think you either have to level 1 or die right here. Yeah.
And we chose die.
Yeah.
Yep, that is indeed what happened.
Right.
VIP.
Phenomenal play. We saw that kid earlier, and I was very impressed.
I was also really impressed by Uni 2 player defense.
Yeah.
Like I feel like especially in game 2, his commitment to just be like, you're going to have to throw me if you want to open me up. I feel like really extended his life and gave him so many more options and chances to play better.
And I would not at all be surprised to see if Uni 2 player makes it up.
We actually have a decent amount of Kim players making it out. I heard Kaz made it out.
Nice. Okay. Kaz.
I might double check in between rounds who else has qualified in for the first 2 rounds.
I know Lizard Man made it out.
So we're getting Bakurin.
We will
find
see.
out fast.
Quinn.
All right.
Have not seen this player yet, so we will see what they can give us.
I've seen the tag at least. Bakarina, obviously we just saw earlier, was playing Rashid, one of the many that we've seen, but Bakarina has played a lot of characters at a top level as well.
Because I think he was originally a Luke player, and then I'm 90% sure he played Lily for a little bit. But
so not even like, oh, Luke and Rashid, you're playing the good characters.
Yeah.
It's I just want to play who I think is fun right now. And I'm all about that.
That's one of the big reasons that I just branch out and play characters, is because this game is really fun when you get down to it, and it's a shame to limit yourself to a single character. When,
Also,
like, Ed is so much fun.
Yeah.
He is
also,
so much
this
fun.
game is so balanced.
Another Kim player. All right.
Interesting. You got the 2 speedy ones now. But like, I mean, what you're saying. Also, this game is so balanced. Like, we're seeing people that play like quote unquote low tiers making Capcom stuff.
Absolutely.
Making, like, if there's a character you think is cool, play them.
Yep.
If someone's like, yeah, but they're not at the top of the tier list. The lowest tier on the tier list ends with NB. You're gonna be fine. There's nobody's F
I
on
would
the
put
tier list
Jamie
here.
in C, but like that's just a Jamie exception. But
I don't think nobody's bad. It's just some characters are even better, if that makes sense.
Very strong jump in from Quinn there, giving them a really strong opening. I think one sign for me when I know that someone's a good player, especially against the Kim, is when they're just able to accept that Kim has the meaty pressure and they have to
I
respect
have to hold this,
Yeah. And I think that's like the scary thing about Kim is like she does have options that are fake, but she also has very threatening real pressure and a good amount of plus frames when you get down to it.
If you're good at mixing it up, it's sometimes really hard to tell what's the fake and what's the real as well.
Yeah. I think one of the big bummers is when you do get to the higher level play, you don't see anybody go for the run slide. Because you think they'll get caught by it once.
But
they'll get caught by it once.
But if you get caught doing it once, you are exploding as well.
Yeah.
It is very high risk, very high reward.
All right, so just playing some Nooch right now.
I'd say that was 3 different meter spins on those drive cancels, and we are very low. Just got back to half for Cam. I'm always nervous when someone goes below 2 bars.
Yep.
That's kind of my like personal net spot of like, I'm willing to spend down to 2 bars to do whatever, but I got to be careful after that.
I think that's a really good rule of thumb. Yeah. All right, so Quinn really showing some struggle there. This will not be just an easy set for Baccarina to take. Ooh.
I also, because of the 2 characters that we're seeing, like this is, I'm guessing this is going to be very swingy, where like, all right, who got who to the corner, and did they get 1 reversal out kind of thing.
Yep.
Both of them are phenomenal at the corner pressure, phenomenal at the corner game. Like we
And
just
level
saw
2.
Quinn basically try to get Baccarina all the way across the screen. In a good, very good spot right now, though. Yeah, and you get the final bout of pressure you
Honestly,
get from Bizarre.
as bad of a best case scenario as Quinn could get.
Oh
there, I
yes,
think.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
Can you
think
kill
it's a
off of
death.
this?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can for sure kill off of this. Oh yeah, you can easily kill off of this. The longer that went on,
we should never have doubted.
the longer that went on, I'm like, oh, there was like 5 more moves here before the super that I wasn't. Okay, we're good. We're good. Yeah.
All right.
I think that's how Kim works, though.
Yeah.
Is the like, there's like 7 different moves that you have to chain into each other, but you'll eventually get there. But in my head, I'm like, but I didn't see the super right away. Does it happen? Yes, of course it does.
Yep. I think Quinn, one of the reasons that Quinn has been succeeding is just they are getting the inroads. And I know that's like such like pretty reductive, but when you do get in, like this game, I think overall, regardless of the characters, is a bit snowbally. So when you have the snowball character in a snowball game,
well, you're playing a
roll
snowball
down the
character
hill.
against another snowball character right now,
Yep.
and it's just like, all right, who got their game started first?
Yep.
It's not impossible.
I think if I was, wait, no, Quinn doesn't have any drive right now. If I was Quinn, I might have tried for a wall splat there just to be like, I either get the wall splat and I take the round, or I make them spend a bar of super.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we heard some of the Baccarina fans in the crowd cheering, trying to get their boy to bring this back. This round is looking mighty doable right now.
Oh, absolutely.
As I say that, though, we get clipped out. How far? Are we going wall to wall? Not quite.
No.
Not quite.
Ooh. Again, sometimes you do just need the reactions. When you react, oh.
Speaking of reactions.
Sometimes you just need the reaction.
Of reactions. Yo.
I think worst comes to worst there, Baccarina spends level 2 before the drive has finished restoring to take the round. Be very expensive.
Yeah, I'd say the problem
worth
is
it.
you're playing this like I need to spend to potentially even get it to the next round,
Yeah.
but also now you're in a much better spot. Interesting choice going for that to get a little bit more wall carry instead of the higher damage.
Ooh. I love using that heavy kick for Rashid punishes.
It's so
Always
long-reaching.
feels satisfying.
Okay. Yo, and gets clipped, but doesn't get the combo out of it. Okay.
It also just felt bold for Quinn to drive reversal there. The amount of times that I've seen people drive reversal and then just get caught by a deceptively forward hitbox from Yasar is kind of ridiculous.
We've seen like 3 different overheads from Baccarina that just have not been followed up on. Oh my god, makes a hard call out on that drive rush though.
The reactions, Baccarina really upped the reactions on that and just caught the options that they needed to catch.
All right, it's 1-1. That felt like it was Baccarina's game too.
Yeah.
Or that felt like it was Quinn's game. Sorry, Baccarina just clawed it back at the end. Huge. That's getting the corner out of that even while you're in burnout was really critical, I think.
Yeah. And
now
pretty
you're
comfortable being low on drive to then go and get the stun.
Right into the wall splat.
This'll kill. Yeah. All right.
This is some overkill.
Very nice. All right. So Quinn now on set point. and is able to even catch the elbow drop there. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think that's why we're going for the medium mixer instead of heavy, is because it does send a lot further forward.
Well, also for me personally, when I anti-airs Rashid, I just prefer to spend the OD so I don't have to worry about like some stupid anti-air thing not working.
Quinn's like paint can pressure is so good, and that's it. That's it. I think Quinn just took it over Baccarina.
I blinked, and then Baccarina was in a state where they were losing the game.
Yep.
That's crazy.
We were saying Quinn's corner pressure was just
so good. Yep. But it wasn't just corner pressure. It was also, like, when I'm spinning drive to get you into the corner, when I'm doing all of that kind of decision making, really, I was very impressed.
I think also, Baccarina, I think, should get some credit for that.
Oh, absolutely.
The amount of times that I have pressed when I shouldn't against her, like especially her like upcycle kick where she like flips her kicks up. Yeah, I always get deceived into thinking that's not just like minus. I always think it's a punishment, which is actually plus and can continue doing pressure. Yeah. So at the very least, Baccarina was showing off some really strong game. To, I think, really fight for
could have been a lot worse. Yeah. Shoot him. Winner's side of top 24.
Yeah. 2 in winners and then 1 in losers.
Oh, because Cass is in losers.
I think Huffa is going to be them standing on stage. I mean, so for the record, putting all my cards on the table, my favorite character to watch in Street Fighter 6 right now is him.
Really?
Yeah. I love seeing all of his combo stuff. I feel like he's probably one of the most unique characters in the meta right now. And
I will for sure agree with that, yeah.
When you see the high-level Ed players going for the dream combo, which, like,
Huffa does have pocket.
Exactly.
Though I will say, I was talking to him last night, Huffa's like, I do the desync, I do the dream combo, plays on PC primarily at home, and it was like, it is a lot harder
on PlayStation for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When I started playing yesterday, I hopped into training mode, and it's just like, it feels like I also natively play on PC, and it's like, it does feel a little bit like you're moving through sludge for your first few.
You just got to get back into it, then you're fine. Then you're fine. Sure. Waiting to see
one of our best players, I think.
Yep.
I played him back in March when I hadn't quite gotten the master yet. He beat me 15 games. It was like one of like the biggest like just confidence crumblers I've ever had in my life. He is an incredibly solid player.
Oh yeah.
And I think Ed is a perfect fit for him specifically.
I've only played Puffa once, and I beat him.
Yeah.
But that was the one where I'm like, I stole this.
Yep.
Like, we play 15 more times, I lose 14 of them, kind of like.
And I want to say,
I mean, hey, I'll take the one.
Yep. I think Romeo is a jury main, if I'm
I've
remembering
seen Romeo
correctly.
before. I'm blanking on the character, but yeah, no, my victory over Puffa was this like, like. I knew that Puffa was really good, but I didn't realize quite how good.
Yep. I mean, it can psych you out when you get into it.
I'm glad that I did, because I didn't realize it was on stream. I didn't realize, like, it was at Prevo, I believe.
It was, yeah.
And how many people were just yelling behind the screen I was able to ignore it for the most part. But I've never had a crowd like that behind me playing before.
I mean, it's really exciting to topple a top player, I think.
It was, but it was this moment of like, oh, this means that Puffa is even better than I realized.
Yep.
Because I went in being like, I know he's good, to be like, oh, this was a much bigger win than I thought.
Yeah. All right, so let's see if...
But there's a reason that Puffa is now fighting on winner's side to make it out, and I drowned in pools.
Yep.
Because I can do it sometimes. Puffa's got consistency, though.
Yep. All right. So Chun has kind of disappeared a lot this season.
It feels like it, which is weird, because I don't think Chun got worse. It's just, I think a lot of other characters seem to be a little bit more consistent.
Yeah.
Or, like, if you're looking for that style of gameplay, they're able to cover it just a little bit. Like, not quite the same, but, like, do the same type of things.
Yeah.
But with a little bit more damage or a little bit more consistency.
So what I've heard from Overhaul, who was our resident Chun-Li main, she didn't get targeted nerfs, but the light scaling changes hurt her a good amount.
That's
where
fair.
so much of her stuff started from lights
Oh, a
that
ton of
like
her
it
stuff
just
did,
kind
yeah.
of killed her damage.
Yeah.
So most Chun-Li players have kind of moved over to Ed as like the neutral dominating character. So we'll see who can pull it out better then with both these like really neutral focused characters.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it's kind of like the Chun Doomer at that point, though, as well. Of like,
Yeah.
has been pretty rough on his opinions on Chun for a while,
Yeah.
but I don't think they're unfounded either.
Yeah.
I don't think the character's bad, but if you're looking for like ease of use and you're looking for just consistency, there's a lot more options.
Yeah. I think both being very comfortable just playing at opposite ends of the screen right now. Okay.
Yeah,
Starting to get some pressure going.
Starting to go in. We're in the corner now. It's clipped out and then thrown. Ooh, I actually really like that. Good
Yeah,
call out.
that's some new tech there of doing the
Ooh,
when you
good job finding the opening. Still carrying it going.
I think he's dead. Oh,
Oh no, we lost feed.
never mind, we're good.
Oh, we lost game feed.
But he cashed out level 2. We're good. We're
Okay.
good.
I think it was fine on the player's side because neither of them reacted too much to it.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're in a cinematic, you don't like having that happen.
Yeah.
All right, you're right. You cash out into level 2 to get that to happen.
Good reversal there. I think it's really a sign when you are feeling confident, when you are willing to reversal through somebody's pressure, because it is just so risky. All right. All right.
Yeah.
If I had a microphone to the whole crowd, I would ask them to yell out, "You're mine," like
No.
Sagem did at EVO when we get the dream combo going.
Yeah.
Really good just crowd hype moment. All right.
Yeah, we've got the mic to the crowd in the main room, but not on this one.
Level 2 incoming?
I don't
Or
think
not.
so, not yet. Now we're spending it. Now we are done.
All right.
Game 1
Very
for Romeo.
dominant game 1 from Romeo.
Yeah, I would
think.
say so. Even if the life total at the end was feel fairly close, like it always felt like Puffa was the one having to play on the back foot. Like,
Yep.
Puffa needs to make the reversal here to get out. Puffa needs to make this versus like Romeo's just like, I'm playing my game.
Yep.
You either can handle it or you're gonna get run over right now.
Yep. Oh.
Puffa does play a few other characters. I know the Ed was a pickup. I mean, obviously Ed came out later than.
Yep.
But no, we are not switching. We went back to the character select screen. Honestly, sometimes it's good just to take some time. Thanks.
That's why I have my water bottle. You always got to take
Give
a moment
yourself
to
a
think.
reason to.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what do you think Puffa might need to change in this game 1 if he wants to take it?
It seemed like he was really struggling at dealing with Chun's pressure.
Yep.
There was a lot of sequences that were like, this leads into high-low mix, or this leads into a, we were going into the stance, and then that has a low out of it, whatever, and like there, we get clipped by a low again.
Well, that was also primarily just dropping something. Like
Yep.
that should have been a combo that hit. Okay, trying to bait out a drive impact with that charge heavy punch.
Oh,
Oh.
no, we lose feet again. Okay, wait. All right, we're back. Players are still fine.
All right, getting low on drive for Romeo, but
Oh,
if he's
that
able to
overhead
keep up
is
this pressure, it
gross.
won't even matter.
I mean, it's not going.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
He could have killed if he decided to spend meter there, but I don't think
I
he
think it's
needed.
smart not to.
Yeah. All right.
We've got that much of a life lead,
Puffa.
don't spend meter.
I think he's also right now like decently cognizant of that reversal legs that happened last game,
Yeah.
and is really trying to structure his offense in a way to either bait it out or make it so that that's not a factor.
It's clipped out of that, but I do like that block both of the lows before that.
Very nice reversal.
It's like I was saying, Puffa's getting hit by a lot of these lows. We get it? We get the desync? We do. We
Come on.
do.
Come on.
And we are all the way to the other side.
Oh.
And we get the opening to take it off. Meter though, there we go.
Yeah,
Now
I
it's
think
back.
it was a good level 2, but I think like he had to put himself into burnout to do it. Oh.
It's just
I-
raw.
he could be dead here. Oh,
Ah. Oh, and Romeo
very strong
just
Romeo.
pulls that.
I thought we were for sure going to do hybrid. I mean, he's out.
I don't know if he really had any other choice. I feel like potentially one of the deciding factors was Puffa just vegan burnout when he was doing the because like that combo is great because you get like the super, you get the corner carry, but you also get the drive.
Yes.
And he just like when you're doing that, you don't get the drive. But they're probably this streamer probably gonna have to just make sure that the Elgato capture is great because
We don't want that to happen again. I'm seeing drama. I'm not seeing lose hope. So, both of them got up as soon as that set was done.
a little bit like Ash Ketchum.
This is that guy with the baseball hat.
Maybe.
This is a good game. It's been some really fun sets today. These are qualifiers.
Yeah.
Top 24 is going to be 6 tomorrow.
For those at home, I will be commentating top 24 to top 16.
There you go.
I don't think Marine's competing, so I believe she will be from one of the commentators from top 16 to until we have found our winner. I don't remember who the other
I assume she's doing top 8, but I don't know who's doing more. So I'm sure overall will be in the mix. There's a few different. We also have some out-of-state commentators, which is good. So there's definitely shot at some of these folks as well.
Who's the Tampa Never Sleeps talent that we have here today?
Oh, that's Zero Syndicate.
yes.
Yeah. Who's wonderful, super homie. He and I have-
Excellent commentator.
Excellent commentator. Also just very nice guy. He and I
Yeah.
have talked a bunch.
All right. So as we know, drama is Rashid.
Yep. I don't know
WT
who,
Falcon.
I don't know what the
Oh.
Falcon plays. Oh, it's a disc golf hat. All right.
Respect. Always
Disc golf?
important to get outside and
Yeah.
get some exercise.
Disc golf hat and the Squirtle Squad sweatshirt. There we go.
So
Yeah,
I
nothing
wasn't too
about
far
this-
off with the Ash Ketchum
I
thing.
guess.
If he's got the Squirtle stuff on.
None of this tells me there's certain things you can just like make educated guesses on, like, ooh, you seem like a player, like this kind of player. You're
Yep.
wearing this, whatever. None of these tell me anything.
Yeah, I know nothing. All we know is drama is probably Rashid. We'll finally have a Ken on stream.
Is this
Okay.
the first Shoto we've had on stream?
Yeah. Yeah.
We've had no Ken, no Ryu, no.
Especially
no
nice because I
Kula.
felt like season 1 was a bit too Shoto-centric. So
A bit.
I'm
But
pretty
I'd say a
glad.
lot of like what you see at other big tournaments right now are still fairly Shoto heavy.
Yeah.
We just happen to get the Rashid pool, so
Yep.
so here we are. Both of them wiggling the sticks. We got to get as many faces in. All right, Ken versus Rashid, and he just comes flying out there right away.
Oh, so we are actually in losers qualifiers now.
Okay.
According to our production up here. So one of these players will be knocked out of the tournament after this. Right, strong parry decision.
The grab, but also his burnout. That's always kind of risky.
To me, one of like the really strong things about Ken that we'll see how drama. That was interesting. How drama works with is just that
Good
Gen Ride
job getting
pressure.
the grab.
Ooh.
Now we're both in burnout, and Rashid's about to get out. This actually could be a great spot for drama right now. Yep, just now we get this going right away.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, I would probably drive Impact just to force a decision there. Because you're pretty safe even if they do level 1. Ooh,
Good job blocking the safe jump, but then also gets hit out of that again.
nice.
All right.
See, Ken is scary to me, or at least one of the many reasons he's scary to me is his run stop stuff.
Sure.
Because he can get he still has such good combos even when he's in burnout. It's, I think, a thing pretty unique to him that is how strong his combos are there still.
That's kind of Ken's thing, too, though.
Yeah. Right.
Like this is the
Wrong
JP play.
driving.
Like, I want a very explosive play. We get the side swap into the corner pressure. Ooh, just lets it rip out of that. We don't need a big long combo. We just need the finisher.
Oh. And I think the key to it is he doesn't need the combo because that was probably pretty close to unscaled, if I had to guess.
But we're now staring down the barrel of a 1-1, but one player, Rashid's got full meter. But the Falcon is trying desperately to build up anything. Even having a level 1, just so that you get super out of pressure or something is huge.
Well, and one of Ken's big privileges is the amount that he can combo into. Very nice decision there.
I was talking about how important meter is going to be. Wait, this is the big opportunity. I'm really surprised. Okay, I guess Drama's meter was a lot lower than I realized. And there it is. There it is.
I'm really surprised we didn't see a level 2 at the end. Like he had, I think, a pretty decent setup for it and then just decided to not quite go for it. But
Drama's in his own head a little bit of like, oh, if I need to get this, I need to qualify.
Yep.
It's a huge turning nervous thing. Especially if you're someone who's like, I could make it, but I'm not like a guaranteed.
Yeah, you're a bubble player.
Is they're like, oh shoot, can I pull this through? Can I not? Yeah.
Ooh, I am very nervous for WT Falcon right now. Or at least was. His drive's in a much better situation, but where it was before, I don't know.
I'm getting the idea that he doesn't really care about his drive all that much. Maybe before. It's only for like drive rush that he wants, and he's barely even using it in combos. Yep, that's why I was worried. That's why I was worried.
I don't think he's dead off of this. Okay. Yeah.
Checks it out.
I think I would have spent level 2 there, personally, but I think I so understand the reticence to spend 2 whole bars of super just to get chip on somebody.
Yeah.
That is like not really something you want to be consistently doing.
But I mean, I do think if you're spending meter like that, it's better to get the first win than to be like, I brought it back to 1-1 and now round 3 I'm playing from behind.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm more willing to spend meter recklessly in that first if it'll take it. But
yeah, absolutely.
Let's see, now we get the Nitto out. We've got the Great Desert Storm.
Nice.
Throw.
I'm really surprised he got that
punish
punish counter
mix.
throw there. It felt like the Yasar was so close that I'm surprised that didn't activate like Perry's like stop there. Ooh. Drama's defense is insane.
Yeah,
Knowing like the call out on that. Ooh.
Oh my god, he just let it rip!
Cross up. And alright, final round. I feel like they're both a little bit asleep in terms of anti-airs right now, but at the very least, I think in terms of Drama, like, if you want the consistent anti-air, you have to spend the meter, and if you don't want to spend the meter, you accept the pressure, and really either of those situations are bad.
Yeah.
Right, strong reversal there.
Yeah, because Rashid can't do like his anti-air moving forward the way you can with traditional DPs. It's got the other motion.
Yep.
Just the quarter circle.
Oh, little bit. All right, level 2.
Oh my god. I don't think that was on purpose at all.
That was definitely meant to be, okay.
I think that was supposed to be a level 2, but this is even better. We spend. Don't. Oh, wait.
Interesting.
I don't think that's what he wanted.
I think he might have.
That's what he wanted. He's trying to bait out an option with that. He's going to lose here, though. That's going into level 3.
That's a heartbreaker, man.
No.
That's a heartbreaker. 2 different times of trying to get your Yasar out and having Eagle Spike come out. That is a heartbreaker, man.
That's what happens if your level 2 doesn't come out correctly. You'll see those Eagle Spikes. And that's
Exactly what's happening. If I was Drama, I would be very frustrated.
That is a heartbreaker. Not just because like, we're both friends with Drama, but even unbiased is like, we want to see good gameplay, we want to see good intensive game.
And then, like, having it happen like once is one thing, but like when you have that thought that, oh yeah, it happened twice, and like which I will say, when it happens once, I feel like it's way more likely.
mix of nerves. Because your inputs are getting sloppier, you're not doing stick, so it's not going to be like an SLCD thing. Like, no matter what, something's there. Alright, huge congrats. He's already on. Alright, never mind.
Congrats to WT Falcons for qualifying.
Absolutely. We'll see him tomorrow.
I'm going to guess we don't have too many matches left.
If I had to
That
guess.
might be the last one.
It at
No,
least
looks
seems
like
like we got at least one more coming up.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen either of these players on stream so
No,
far.
not yet.
Jotsky and Smackle.
I don't know either of these two.
All right. Predict right now, who are they going to play?
I think Smackle plays. I'm going to go middle of the road. Smackle's just going to play Ken or Ryu.
Okay.
We're seeing a Shoto for sure. Jotsuki? Jotsuki?
I'm going Jotsky, yeah.
Jotsuki? Well, there's a U in there. I think it's Jotsuki. But I think we're going to see an oddball character.
Got it.
I don't know
Okay.
who. I don't know if that means. Like, it's going to be one of your, like
Aki, Blanca type stuff?
Honda, Aki. Not like a bad character per se, but just like a weirder one.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going on.
Oh, yeah.
No, they're
I'm
both
so
wearing
glad they
flannel.
didn't go training stage. Thank you so much.
Yep.
All right.
They are both wearing flannel, though, so they're maximum ability.
All right. So first one picking Akuma so far. So you're on point with the Shoto.
If that's the right one.
Yeah. That is a big if, to be fair.
Oh, never mind.
All
okay,
right.
I was only
Akuma
right
head.
for one of them. But I was very right for the one, where I
Yeah.
think it's going to be a Shoto.
I'm really surprised this is the first Akuma we've had on stream. That's kind of
Yes,
wild.
Same. I've seen a lot of Akumas in pools. I've seen them in other streams, like on stream earlier.
Yep.
But first one for this. That does make some very good faces.
Yeah. Like the Akuma face, my favorite of his is his down face. He does like
Yeah.
the toothy smile.
Yeah.
It's really good. All right. So as I said, I don't know either of these players. I think by default though, I'm just rooting for Jotsky just because I like Ed more. But I don't know if that's not kosher for commentator. But
It's
Smackle is
fine.
really
All
putting
right.
on the pressure though.
And this is kind of that showcase of like, why do we think Akuma's really good right now?
Yep.
Here's why. You have
It's
every
because his corner pressure.
he is out of this.
You die.
Yeah.
You die.
It's not even just corner pressure. Akuma is quite literally the like low health but every option you could want in the game.
Yep.
And if you're making the best of all of your options, you're not getting clips out, you're not being predictable. Oh, you can take that and run. Also, just being belligerent with some of these. It's like, oh, you blocked this? Will you block it again? No. All right, let's do it.
I mean, Jotsky spent the entire last round in the corner, and he is forcing his way out a little bit. And I think
Smackle's very low on drive gauge, just trying to play some hate defense to get there. Huge pickup on.
holy cow!
That all started from an air fireball. We got the fireball into the balance, into the. We just keep it all going with the throw.
Okay. I think this is Jotsky showing a little bit of like, ooh.
Yep.
That happens to me too when I'm
Yeah,
playing Ed,
sometimes
of
you're just
just
swinging.
having the DP come out when I'm trying to do a fireball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Smackle was making really good use of the dive kick as well, and that
Yeah.
was something Jotsky seemed to really be struggling with. Whether it connected or was just like, here's my pressure afterwards.
Exactly, yeah.
I
I feel like
wanted-
Smackle's also been very enthusiastic about his overheads, both from the target combo and overall. And Jotsky's doing, I think, pretty good in, not eating all of them.
But still some.
Yeah.
I mean, you're never going to be perfect. That's a big punish. There we go. How much damage are we getting on the board? It seemed like a drop at the end there, but able to bring it back.
Okay, just playing some nice fireball wars right now. I think the scariest thing when you are in the fireball war with Akuma is actually the teleport.
Yeah.
Because once he trains you to just do your parry on reflex.
Yeah, I just saw a movement. I got a parry. I saw a movement.
Yep.
Somebody's just there.
Suddenly he's there, he gets the punish counter grab and does like a quarter of your health. Decidedly unpleasant. I think at the very least, though, Jotsuki, in terms of the overheads, has basically just been getting hit by the target combo overhead, which leaves Akuma, I think, plus, but not, like, dangerously so. You know, it doesn't lead to anything more. Oh, good
There's
call
the
out
teleport
there.
that you were saying. It's called out, but now Ed's Inferno. And that's going to be... No. Oh, it does. It does. Okay, I was like, I think
Akuma's
that's
damage
it. I
is
think
nuts,
that's
man.
it. Oh, absolutely.
I was so fast.
I always got to remember that. Akuma, like, if you
That's our last one. What?
that was our last one.
Oh, I thought we got one more. That was the last one. And from us, like we said,
Well, okay, keep tuning in. There's going to be more games. Whether you are a fan of Tekken or Strive or Uni or Melty or any number of games that are here, got a lot of different brackets happening. Make sure you're tuning in. We are here. We're at RunTheMix on Twitch as well.
Yep.
But then tomorrow is going to be a lot of the top 8s.
Yes.
And if you're interested in Street Fighter specifically, I believe top 24 starts at
7 p.m. tomorrow.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I will be on commentary at the start of Top 24 tomorrow. That will be on twitch.tv/RunTheMix. Wisely, where can they find you and what platforms can they find you at?
Sure, yeah, you can find me, I guess, on Twitter as much as I don't like it, at Wisely. I do a lot more stuff on YouTube, actually.
Excellent,
And so it'll be pretty rifles too heavy right now. I do stuff with platform fighters. But one of my next upcoming videos has actually been about what it's been like learning traditional fighting games. So we'll have that coming out as well. I'll also be here tomorrow, not on comms unless someone gets sick or something like that. But I'm trying to figure out how I can do a stream that I contractually have to do and then can come here as soon as that's done. So I'm figuring out my own schedule, but I will be here as well. Let them know where you're going to be able to be found too.
Yep, so you can find me at The Darkest Link on Twitter, spending less time there recently, but also on Blue Sky. And also, just keep in mind, this is Midwest Mixfest. It is our Minnesota-based fighting game event. We have weeklies. We will be off this coming Wednesday, but every Wednesday night at Game Center in Roseville. We have a Run the Mix Twitter account and a Run the Mix Discord as well. So if you are Minnesota-based and or even in like the Eau Claire, Wisconsin area,
we would love to see you come out.
Exactly.
It's a wonderful community. Everyone's super inviting.
We usually run every week Street Fighter, Tekken, Guilty Gear, Melty, and Uni, I think.
And then our larger, whether they're monthly or seasonal, or this one is now going to be an annual one, we also run a lot more games.
Yes. So. And then there's also the Minnesota Fighting Game FGC Discord. If you are looking for just matches in general, that'll be the place to go. But everyone, thank you for tuning in. I don't know what's next on stream, but this was our Street Fighter bracket. I'm The Darkest Link.
I've been Wisely. I've had a great time. We'll catch you all later.
See y'all later. Farewell.